Good morning, Thailand. My name is Alex, and I have some news updates from around the land of smiles for you today, this Friday, July 19th. Discover Novotel Marina Sriracha and Kosichang with our exclusive Stay 2 Pay 1 offer. Enjoy 2 nights for the price of 1, or book 2 rooms and pay for just 1. Available Sundays to Tuesdays with breakfast included. Book now for stays until October 31st, 2024. We're going to start with our main story today, and that's that a Myanmar couple has surrendered over the murder of an Iranian man and his Thai wife. Now, a Myanmar couple, Kya Myint U and A. December, suspected of murdering Iranian restaurateur Mojtaba Ganbarayazad and his Thai wife, Thanaporn Punprakon, surrendered to the police in Nakhon Pathom, Thailand, seeking repatriation. The couple allegedly targeted the victims for valuables and entered Thailand via border passes. The victims were found strangled and bound in their South Pattaya home. The suspects fled on the victim's motorcycle, later abandoned it, and traveled to Bangkok, where they surrendered for illegal immigration and were sent to Mae Sot district. Thai police are coordinating with Myanmar authorities for further action. I don't know how that's going to work. First of all, terrible stuff. Robbery gone wrong. Like, why do you have to just rob the people? You don't need to kill. And now to surrender themselves for their illegal immigration. Fortunately, the police were able to connect the dots and put that 2 and 2 together and say, hey, where were you on the night of? And are able to bring them to justice. The weird part about this is, to me, is them asking for repatriation. I don't know why Thailand would even consider that, because the crime was committed here in Thailand with a Thai victim. So I don't think that's going to work out. I have a feeling they will be facing the full brunt and bear of the Thai justice system. And yeah, good riddance, I say. Yeah, Shano says more killer thefts. Yeah, this is not the first time we've talked about that, even this week. This was big news. The man, the Iranian man, was a bit of a pillar in the community down there, and it was shocking, the discovery. I didn't want to report on the story until we had some answers, and now we do. So this Myanmar couple is under arrest and off the streets, so hopefully people are a little bit safer now. All right, now moving on to our next story, we're talking about the cannabis conundrum here in the Land of Smiles, as Deputy Prime Minister Anutin opposes the cannabis reclassification. Now, Deputy Prime Minister Anutin Chanvirakul opposes Prime Minister Seta Thavisin's plan to reclassify cannabis as a Category 5 narcotic. The ONCB recently agreed to this reclassification, expected next year, but it faces strong opposition from cannabis supporters and the Bumjai Thai Party. Anutin argues that further information is needed before reclassification and will vote against it in upcoming meetings. Despite differing views with the coalition government, Anutin emphasizes the need for mutual support while maintaining distinct stances on specific policies. He will only support reclassification if evidence shows cannabis harms society and offers no health benefits. Well, I think, Anutin, your vote should be safe. I mean, come on. What kind of research is Thailand going to produce that's going to overturn all of the decades of research that has now been produced in Western countries and not just Western countries, all over the world? South America is definitely dominoes falling over there, as Brazil now is set to legalize as well. So, yeah, I think he has a strong moral stance in the justification for his position in breaking with the coalition government on this policy issue. Yeah, that's another interesting aspect, a sign of the fledgling democracy here in Thailand, that, people, even members of the same ruling coalition, can disagree on specific issues. And that kind of standing up for what he believes in is something that's going to gain him some supporters. Now, for many people, not too many big fans of Bumjai Thai here in the Land of Smiles, could be a case of a broken clock being right twice a day. However, let me know what you guys think in the comments. All right. Yeah, I don't know. Hey, it's the weekend, baby. And by the way, side note, the alcohol may not be able to be sold over the next couple of days. The cannabis will be. So you can still partake in that way if you need the health benefits. All right, now, moving on to our next story, which still has us. Oh, hold on one sec. Mojo says, just ask the governors of Colorado or Washington. Yeah, making tons of money off of the taxation about it. Now, that is a problem. The Thai government did not tax things properly, so that infrastructure isn't there. They're not getting their pound of flesh, and that might be one of the issues at play. Could be a source of one of the compromises on this controversial issue here in Thailand. All right, now moving on to our next story, which still has us in the realm of politics. The party's not over, at least according to an MFP leader who asserts that the party will not be dissolved. Now, MFP leader Chetawat is confident that the party will not be dissolved by the Constitutional Court on August 7th, despite MP Rangsiman Rome's concerns. The Election Commission accused MFP of trying to overthrow the monarchy by pledging to amend the lèse-majesté law. The court's refusal to hear witnesses, including a key expert, has heightened worries. Chetawat remains optimistic, citing extensive written defenses submitted to the court. The MFP has not made contingency plans for dissolution and continues to fulfill its opposition duties. Chetawat plans to address the media on August 8th. That'll be a day after the court's decision on whether or not we can dissolve the MFP. Now, what happens when dissolution happens? The party is dissolved. It's like a hydra, though, man. Like, you're not eliminating the sentiments behind the party. They've tried this before with the Future Forward Party. Guess what? Came back as the Move Forward Party. It would probably come back again as some other iteration. Now, the key aspect at play is that lèse-majesté law. The monarchy is still the backbone and the foundation of power here in Thailand, despite its experimentation with democracy, which I would argue has been, a little troubled, but also very promising for the future of politics here in the Land of Smiles. So let me know what you think. The MFP is the opposition party right now. Probably should be the party in power according to the votes that were cast last year. So do you think it would be fair if MFP is dissolved? And what would be their fate should that course of action be taken? Mojo has got his mantra going this morning. You can't fix stupid. We can try, Mojo, all right? We're trying to make the world a better place. Strive for a more perfect union, right, as they say. But, it's always going to be dumb lying around, and I'm guilty of that myself from time to time. All right, moving on to some monkey business, as a PETA organization in Asia is pushing against coconut-picking primates. That's right, Peta Asia has staged a protest at the Royal Thai Embassy in Kuala Lumpur, urging Thai authorities to stop using pig-tailed macaques for coconut picking. Dressed as monkeys in prison uniforms, protesters highlighted the abuse and forced labor of these animals in Thailand's coconut industry. Peta Asia's senior VP, Jason Baker, emphasized that macaques are beaten, deprived of natural life, and often have their teeth removed. Despite legal bans and past promises, the practice persists. Under PETA's pressures, companies like Chef's Choice Foods and HelloFresh have ceased sourcing Thai coconuts. PETA Asia demands stricter enforcement to end macaque mistreatment. This is a strange story to me. Like, I've seen them in action. Like, I remember staying in Koh Phangan. I was at some nice, lovely beach resort, and they had monkeys come up, climbing up, taking off the coconuts, dropping them down. Didn't seem abusive to me at the time. It seemed like a nice symbiotic relationship between man and animal. However, if they are being mistreated and there's documentation of them being beat, teeth removed, right, not being able to live a natural life, that's also unacceptable as well. But again, where do we draw the line with domesticated animal, livestock? Obviously, with an organization like PETA, we're going to know what side of the issue they're going to stand on. But for society at large, right, we are a meat-eating society. We have factory farming. Where do we draw that line for what can be a domesticated animal that we use for labor and what can't? Now, animal abuse is unacceptable all the time, but if there's an environmentally friendly, animal-friendly way to use this source of labor, is that also acceptable? Stealing our jobs, those monkeys, like I'm telling you. So Planet of the Apes is coming sooner than we think. But please, let me know what you think. All right. Shano says natural life is needed for them. Yeah, can agree with that too. I'm a little torn on this one. I'm not entirely sure because it's a traditional part of the economy here as well. So where do you draw that line? It's not like they're fighting the monkeys, right? There's not like, strapping knives to them or anything like that. But you are making money off of their labor. What are they seeing for it? But we've done that all the time, right? If you're eating cows and chickens, like, it's hard to have a moral high ground on a lot of these things. Hey, Scott, welcome. Hopefully Koh Samui is very nice. Got a Koh Samui story coming up for us very shortly. Let's see. Mojo says, did anyone ask PETA how many animals they kill at the rate to how many they save? That's also a very famous criticism of Peta, particularly with their animal shelter programs. A lot of the animals end up euthanized. This is also well documented, but I don't know, like, the sentiment behind the movement, right? We need to treat animals better. I think that's something we can all agree on. Tactics is another thing. Here we have a case of peaceful protest. I think that's totally acceptable activity to engage in. All right, now moving on, I got a funny story for us coming up next. Now, a former MP's film fiasco. Missing a house session for a movie has led to charges. That's right, former Thai Civilized Party MP Mongkol Kit faces charges for breaching ethics by missing a house meeting to watch a film. The National Anti-Corruption Commission voted to charge Mongkol Kit, now a Democrat Party member, for his absence on December 15, 2021. He took vocational students to see Four Kings, a film about school rivalries, during the session. Despite submitting a formal letter of absence, a complaint was filed. If convicted, he could face a lifetime political ban. Mongkol Kit plans to defend himself in court and file a petition against the NACC for procedural failures. Well, I don't know, so there's a little bit of a dereliction of duty here, right? Like, there's an important session, you're supposed to be in there. If my observations of American politics and how people vote or don't vote in our Congress, well, I wish there were these kinds of teeth behind missing a congressional session. That does not exist in my country, but here in Thailand, it seems like that got him in a little bit of trouble, playing hooky to go see a film. Now, he was taking students. Four Kings is a very important cultural phenomenon here in Thailand, but you're an elected official. You got a job to do. Maybe wait until after the voting session in order to go see the movie. However, okay, this is one mistake. Is that grounds for a lifetime ban from politics? I would argue no. Maybe some sort of formal reprimand, something like that. But yeah, anyways, I'm curious to see how this plays out in court, because this will set precedent on their ability to be able to miss sessions or not. We'll keep an eye on that one for you guys. All right, now, my final story. Hey, good morning, Guns and Explosive. Thank you for coming through. My final story, having to do with Thailand, has us talking about HBO once again. Now, White Lotus has wowed as Koh Samui is experiencing a travel frenzy as the TV show becomes more and more talked about. Koh Samui is experiencing a surge in tourism, with international accommodation searches up 26% and domestic searches up 8% in June compared to last year. This increase is linked to the buzz around HBO's series The White Lotus, which filmed its third season on the island. Agoda data shows Koh Samui attracting diverse travelers, especially from Israel, India, Germany, South Korea, and Malaysia. The island's charm, coupled with the show's popularity, is drawing global attention. Koh Samui offers pristine beaches, rainforests, spas, and diverse activities. The 2025 release of The White Lotus, starring Patrick Schwarzenegger and Lisa from Blackpink, is expected to further boost tourism. I mean, come on, it's already happening, right? Like, the boost is on already. I love Koh Samui. When I first arrived in Thailand, I was locked down there for 6 months, so it's got a special place in my heart. And yeah, it's up 26% already, and we haven't even seen the TV show. So just the buzz around it and the new filming location. Interesting that I've never heard of this with the show before, right? Where just the rumors of the show being filmed in locations is a major boost to tourism. I don't think any show has ever had that kind of strong effect. Like, there's been plenty of zeitgeisty shows. This certainly is one of them, but one of the major aspects of the show are the backdrops and how beautiful the settings are. So, makes sense to me. So I will be heading back to Koh Samui very soon. Scotty D down there right now. Shout out to the island. Enjoy. All right. I got some constructive criticism from Zhong Jiando. Would you stop that fake cough at the end of each sentence? Appreciate that. It's harder for me to do this show on my own without my man Jay here helping me to talk back and forth. I'll do my best. I was holding it in for you right there. All right. Moving on. That'll do it for our stories from around Thailand. I have a couple of stories for you from the greater ASEAN region. So first up, we're heading over to Vietnam. Now, Vietnamese musical chairs are going on in the politics there as President Lam takes the lead. Now, Vietnam's President To Lam has temporarily taken over the duties of Communist Party chief Nguyen Phu Trong, who is focusing on unspecified health treatment. The Politburo has tasked Lam, a former head of internal security and seen as a top candidate to replace Trong when his term ends in 2026, with overseeing the party central committee, the Politburo, and the Secretariat. This move follows months of speculation about Trong's health. Trong, who has been party chief since 2011, is known for his anti-corruption campaign. Lam, elected president in May, promises to continue this crackdown. The Politburo's statement urged confidence in the party's leadership, and Vietnam's stock market rose 0.5% after the announcement. This is always an issue in sort of one-party systems, as Vietnam typically is, I guess we could say, with the Communist Party still heading things up there. A lot of the traditional Communist Party terminology, like Politburo, Secretariat, this is kind of a problem, though, when you have all of that power concentrated into so few hands. Creates drama and creates issues when those leaders reach the end of their lives and health becomes an issue. So it is important to make those transitions. However, this transition, right, is leading to functionally President Lam controlling all of the power, right? It's not just the party leadership heads. He's also the president at the time right now. So functionally, this man is the most powerful man in Vietnam. But it seems like the markets are confident in that leadership as they continue to rise. Let me know what you guys think about these one-party systems, particularly in Vietnam, which straddles the geopolitical realm so well, becoming very close friends with its Southeast Asian allies, also having the historical connections with communist parties. Yeah, seems like a tricky political situation over there. Yeah, Mojo defending me. It's not a fake cough. Yeah, it's not. Clearing my throat. Otherwise, I'm gonna sound a little more hoarse, but I do hear you. I want to provide the least annoying delivery, so thank you for the constructive criticism. Moving on to our last story, which is taking us over to Cambodia. Now, there was a Croc-tastic discovery as Cambodia finds 106 rare crocodile eggs. Conservationists in Cambodia discovered the 106 eggs of the critically endangered Siamese crocodile in the Cardamom National Park, marking the largest such find in 20 years. 60 eggs hatched successfully between June 27th and June 30th. The discovery underscores the area's importance as a key habitat for species recovery. Once widespread across Southeast Asia, Siamese crocodiles now number around 1,000 in the wild, with over 300 in Cambodia. The Ministry of Environment is focusing on conservation and habitat restoration. This significant find follows previous discoveries of eggs in 2017 and hatchlings in 2021, offering renewed hope for the species' survival. Yay! Lovely. Like, this is always fun to see conservation efforts. I mean, because it's so much effort, right? There's so many, there's so many economic interests that like to see habitat, not trying to destroy habitats, but they're mining in those areas. They're deforesting. So it costs money for these conservation efforts, and especially in developing nations, that's a big ask. So it's very important to highlight and show off that these efforts are actually having an effect and helping to increase the biodiversity and bring back some of these species that have been at the brink due to, human activity. So kudos, Cambodia. Keep up the good work. Still a little afraid of hanging out in those parks. I'm scared of crocodiles, but I'm very happy that the conservationist efforts are bearing fruit. All right. Well, that'll do it. Sorry. For the news today, you guys can always go to thetiger.com to get more updates throughout the day and over the weekend. We still produce articles all week. So also, please do sign up and join up at ASEAN Now, where you can get into the forums and join the discussion as all sorts of expats from Thailand and the greater ASEAN region get engaged and join in the conversation because, we need a mouthpiece too, so please go check us out over there. Now, that'll do it for the news. I'm going to get into the comments now and have a chat with you guys here at the end.